Have you ever thought that the story behind a masterpiece can be just as fascinating as the masterpiece itself? Sometimes, the origins of a work become a part of its meaning, weaving themselves into the art like threads in a tapestry. This is exactly the case with the 20th century writer Fernando Pessoa and his mysterious creation, the Book of Disquiet Asterisk. His story is so strange and profound. It feels almost like a work of fiction itself. Fernando Pessoa was born in Lisbon, Portugal, in 1888. At just 5 years old, he faced deep sorrow when his father died of tuberculosis. A year later, his younger brother also passed away. These early tragedies taught Pessoa about the fragile and fleeting nature of life. Not long after, his mother remarried, and the family moved to South Africa. For young Pessoa, this was another loss. The familiar sights and sounds of his childhood were left behind. However, in South Africa, Pessoa became fluent in English and fell in love with English literature, which would shape his future writing. When Pessoa was 17, he returned to Lisbon alone. He would spend the rest of his life there, dedicating himself entirely to writing. Yet during his lifetime, his genius was largely ignored. Pessoa published only a few works, and they went mostly unnoticed. When he passed away in 1935, at the age of 47, Pessoa was a forgotten figure. But remarkably, he seemed to know that his work would one day be recognized as extraordinary. And he was right. After his death, Pessoa's writings were found in a wooden trunk where they had been hidden away for years. Among the thousands of pages was the manuscript for Asterisk, the Book of Disquiet Asterisk, which was finally published in 1982 47 years after his death. The exact age Pessoa was when he passed. This book went on to become one of the most unique and influential works of the 20th century. Asterisk, the Book of Disquiet Asterisk, is unlike anything else. It is not a traditional story, but a collection of thoughts and reflections. Pessoa wrote about dreams, reality, the meaning of life, and the strange contradictions of being human. The book feels like a conversation with a deep and restless soul, someone who is both searching for meaning and questioning if meaning even exists. But Pessoa didn't sign his name to the book. Instead, he credited it to Bernardo Soares, a fictional assistant bookkeeper from Lisbon. Soares wasn't the only fictional figure Pessoa created. Over his lifetime, Pessoa wrote under nearly 80 different heteronyms, imaginary writers, each with their own voice, style, and beliefs. These weren't just pen names. They were full characters that allowed Pessoa to explore different sides of himself. Through these personas, Pessoa expressed one of his key ideas, that the self is not one thing but many, a collection of shifting identities and perspectives. Pessoa called Asterisk, the Book of Disquiet Asterisk, a factless autobiography, the life story of someone who never existed. The book's structure reflects this idea. It is fragmented and nonlinear, like life itself. Instead of telling a straight story, it feels more like wandering through someone's mind, full of insights and contradictions. Pessoa's words often touch on the loneliness of being human. "I don't know how to feel or think or love," he wrote. "I am a character in a novel not yet written, floating in the air, unfinished before I even existed." These words capture the strange, unsettling truth of what it means to be alive. One of the most striking themes in Asterisk, the Book of Disquiet Asterisk, is the idea of futility, the sense that life, at its core, may have no ultimate purpose. Pessoa often wrote about the meaningless nature of action and the illusion of reality. Life is a series of dreams, he reflected, and everything we do is like the dreams we forget when we wake up. Yet, even in this acknowledgement of life's fragility, there is beauty. Pessoa shows us that accepting life's uncertainty can free us to live more deeply. The contradictions in Pessoa's work are part of what make it so powerful. Why write about the futility of writing? Why create when creation itself is meaningless? Sometimes, the act of facing the absurdity of life helps us understand it better. Like a vaccine that exposes us to a virus to make us stronger, Pessoa's writings expose us to the unsettling truths of existence so we can learn to navigate them. It's also worth noting that Asterisk, the book of Disquiet Asterisk, was never finished. In this way, it mirrors Pessoa's view of life, open-ended, incomplete, and shaped as much by what is left unsaid as by what is revealed. The fact that it was hidden away for decades and only discovered after Pessoa's death feels like part of its meaning. It's as if the book was waiting for the right moment to be born, just as Pessoa predicted in one of its passages. If one day my words are read and admired, it will be long after I'm gone. Then, at last, I will have my true family, those who understand me. And now, here we are, fulfilling Pessoa's strange prophecy. We are part of the audience he foresaw, engaging with his work and discovering his insights. His reflections, though written nearly a century ago, feel timeless, speaking to the deepest parts of our human experience. Pessoa's story is a reminder of the importance of exploring life's questions, even when there are no clear answers. His words challenge us to think, to feel, and to embrace the mystery of existence. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on how his ideas might apply to your own life. Consider diving deeper into the world of philosophy and the lessons it offers. And if you're inspired to explore more of these profound ideas, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos on philosophy, stoicism, and the art of living well. Let's continue this journey together, uncovering the wisdom that can help us live with greater purpose and peace. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in